In a world that thrives on constant connectivity and validation from others, the idea of being alone can often feel daunting. Yet, hidden within the quiet moments of solitude lies a profound source of strength and joy. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to find peace not in the company of others, but within yourself? Imagine uncovering a treasure that has always been with you, waiting to be discovered. As the Buddha once said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." In this exploration, we will uncover 7 transformative lessons that reveal the joy of being alone. Each lesson, rooted in Buddhist wisdom and enriched with practical insights, will guide you toward a deeper understanding of yourself and your unique journey. Let's embark on this path together, discovering how solitude can become your sanctuary and your greatest source of empowerment. Lesson 1. Embrace solitude over negative company. The nature of solitude. Solitude is not loneliness. It is the state of being alone without being lonely. It is a space where one can reflect, rejuvenate, and reconnect with one's inner self. Philosophers and sages throughout history have extolled the virtues of solitude. The Buddha himself found enlightenment in solitude beneath the Bodhi tree, away from distractions and the influence of others. Solitude provides an opportunity to cultivate mindfulness, listen to our inner voice, and strengthen our connection with the universe. In solitude, we learn to confront ourselves, our fears, desires, and imperfections. This process is uncomfortable for many, as it requires courage and honesty. However, it is also liberating. When we embrace solitude, we create a sacred space for self-awareness and self-acceptance. We begin to understand our true worth, independent of the judgments and opinions of others. Solitude allows us to grow into individuals who are grounded, self-sufficient, and resilient. The danger of negative company. Negative company, on the other hand, often masquerades as companionship. It can include individuals who criticize, manipulate, or drain our energy without offering support, encouragement, or mutual respect. Negative relationships create an environment where growth stagnates, values are compromised, and peace is disrupted. The Buddha's teachings caution against associating with those who foster negativity. In the Dhammapada, he states, "Should a seeker not find a companion who is better or equal, let them resolutely pursue a solitary course." This wisdom underscores the importance of choosing our companions wisely. Negative company can dilute our aspirations, pulling us away from the path of righteousness and clarity. Moreover, science corroborates the detrimental effects of toxic relationships. Studies show that prolonged exposure to negativity, whether through criticism, pessimism, or manipulation, can lead to increased stress, anxiety, and even physical health problems. Such relationships rob us of joy and resilience, leaving us vulnerable to self-doubt and despair. The benefits of solitude. Choosing solitude over negative company is not an act of avoidance, but a deliberate decision to prioritize mental and emotional well-being. Here are some of the profound benefits of embracing solitude. Self-discovery. Solitude provides the clarity needed to understand one's passions, values, and purpose. Without external distractions, we can explore our thoughts and emotions more deeply. Creativity and productivity. Many of history's greatest thinkers, artists, and writers attribute their breakthroughs to moments of solitude. This space allows for undisturbed creativity and focus. Inner peace, free from the turbulence of negative influences. Solitude fosters a sense of calm and balance. Meditation, reflection, or even quiet walks in nature can help restore harmony, strengthening intuition. In the quiet of solitude, our intuition sharpens. We learn to trust our instincts and make decisions that align with our true selves. Enhanced relationships. When we learn to be content in our own company, we bring greater authenticity and strength to our relationships. Solitude teaches us to value quality over quantity in our connections. Cultivating a positive solitude. To embrace solitude effectively, it is essential to approach it with intention and mindfulness. Here are some practical steps to cultivate a positive and enriching solitary experience. Create a sacred space. Dedicate a quiet corner in your home or find a natural setting where you can retreat for introspection and peace. Practice mindfulness. Use meditation, journaling, or mindful breathing to ground yourself in the present moment and deepen your connection with your inner self. Engage in self-care. Use solitude as an opportunity to nurture your physical, mental, and emotional health through activities that bring joy and relaxation. Limit distractions. Avoid using solitude as an excuse to engage in mindless distractions such as excessive screen time. Focus on activities that promote growth and reflection. Set boundaries. Protect your solitude by setting boundaries with individuals who may encroach upon your time and energy. Breaking free from negative company. The decision to distance oneself from negative company requires courage and self-respect. It is not an easy step, especially when the negative influence comes from close friends or family members. However, prioritizing your well-being is essential. Here are strategies to navigate this transition. Recognize toxicity. Be honest with yourself about the impact of certain relationships on your mental and emotional health. Acknowledge the signs of manipulation, disrespect, or constant negativity. Communicate boundaries. Express your need for space or change in the relationship dynamics respectfully but firmly. Honest communication can sometimes lead to mutual growth and understanding. Seek support. If distancing yourself from negative company feels overwhelming, seek support from mentors, counselors, or trusted individuals who align with your values. Focus on growth. Redirect your energy toward personal development, hobbies, or pursuits that bring fulfillment and positivity into your life. Embrace new connections. As you step away from negativity, remain open to forming meaningful relationships with individuals who inspire, uplift, and support you. Finding balance. While solitude is a powerful tool for growth and self-discovery, it is important to strike a balance. Humans are inherently social beings, and meaningful connections enrich our lives. The goal is not to isolate oneself indefinitely, but to be discerning about the company we keep. When solitude is chosen over negative company, it creates the space needed to attract and nurture positive, enriching relationships. Lesson 2. Self-discovery through solitude. The power of silence. The first gift of solitude is silence. Silence is not merely the absence of sound, but the presence of peace. In silence, we hear the unspoken truths of our heart. The constant chatter of the mind subsides, allowing deeper thoughts and emotions to surface. This silence can be daunting initially, as it confronts us with our fears, doubts, and unresolved conflicts. Yet, it is through confronting these shadows that we illuminate the path to self-discovery. As Thich Nhat Hanh, the renowned Buddhist monk, once said, "Silence is essential. We need silence just as much as we need air, just as much as plants need light." In silence, we learn to listen, not to the noise outside, but to the wisdom within. It is in this listening that we begin to uncover our true desires, values, and purpose. Facing the inner self. Solitude invites us to face our inner self without filters or distractions. This can be both liberating and challenging. Many of us avoid solitude because it forces us to confront truths we'd rather ignore. Yet, these moments of confrontation are pivotal for growth. They strip away the illusions we build around ourselves, revealing the raw, unvarnished truth of our being. The practice of mindfulness and meditation in solitude becomes a powerful tool for self-reflection. Through mindfulness, we observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment. This awareness allows us to identify patterns, acknowledge our strengths, and accept our vulnerabilities. It is through this acceptance that transformation begins. The challenges of solitude. While solitude is a powerful tool for self-discovery, it is not without challenges. In a society that often equates busyness with worth, solitude can feel countercultural. There may be moments of discomfort, fear, or even boredom. However, these challenges are part of the process. They teach resilience and patience, reminding us that growth often comes from stepping outside our comfort zone. The rewards of solitude. The rewards of embracing solitude are manifold. It fosters self-awareness, enhances emotional resilience, and cultivates inner peace. Through solitude, we gain clarity about our purpose and direction. It strengthens our connection to the self and to the world, enabling us to live with greater authenticity and compassion. In solitude, we learn that we are not defined by our roles, achievements, or possessions. We discover that our true essence lies in simply being. This realization is both liberating and empowering, allowing us to navigate life with grace and confidence. Lesson 3. Overcoming the fear of loneliness. The Buddhist perspective on loneliness. Buddhism offers profound insights into loneliness and its transcendence. At the heart of Buddhist philosophy is the concept of anicca, or impermanence. This teaching reminds us that all experiences, including loneliness, are transient. By recognizing that our feelings are not permanent states, we can begin to release the grip of fear. Another key teaching is dukkha, often translated as suffering or dissatisfaction. Buddhism teaches that much of our suffering stems from attachment to people, things, and even ideas of how our lives should be. The fear of loneliness, then, can be seen as an attachment to the idea of constant companionship or external validation. By practicing non-attachment, we learn to find peace within ourselves, irrespective of external circumstances. Mindfulness meditation, a cornerstone of Buddhist practice, is particularly effective in addressing loneliness. By sitting with our emotions without judgment, we develop a deeper understanding of them. This practice allows us to see loneliness not as an enemy to be defeated, but as a messenger bringing valuable insights about our inner world. The role of self-compassion. In overcoming the fear of loneliness, self-compassion plays a vital role. Often, our fear of being alone is compounded by self-critical thoughts. I'm alone because I'm not lovable, or there must be something wrong with me. These narratives deepen our pain and keep us trapped in fear. Self-compassion involves treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we would offer a dear friend. It means acknowledging our feelings without self-judgment and recognizing that loneliness is a common human experience. Techniques like loving kindness meditation, where we extend wishes of goodwill to ourselves and others, can cultivate this sense of inner warmth and reduce the sting of loneliness. Building meaningful connections. While reframing solitude is important, human connection remains a fundamental need. The fear of loneliness often arises from a sense that meaningful relationships are out of reach. Overcoming this fear involves both deepening existing connections and creating new ones. Start by being present in your interactions. Active listening, genuine interest, and empathy are powerful tools for building deeper bonds. Reflect on the quality of your relationships. Are they based on mutual respect and understanding? If not, consider ways to nurture or transform them. Creating new connections requires courage. Join groups or activities that align with your interests. Volunteer for causes you care about, or simply start conversations with people you meet. Remember, vulnerability is a strength. Opening up to others, even in small ways, invites them to do the same. Fostering genuine connection. Letting go of the stigma. Culturally, loneliness is often stigmatized. Being alone is sometimes seen as a failure, a sign that one is undesirable or incapable of forming relationships. This stigma adds a layer of shame to an already painful experience. To overcome the fear of loneliness, it's crucial to challenge these societal narratives. Recognize that being alone is not the same as being lonely, and that periods of solitude are natural and often necessary for personal growth. Embrace your independence as a sign of strength, not a weakness. By normalizing the experience of being alone, you reduce its power to instill fear. Practical strategies for overcoming fear. 1. Develop a routine. Structure provides a sense of stability and purpose, which can alleviate feelings of aimlessness often associated with loneliness. 2. Engage in creative activities, art, music, writing, or any form of creative expression can be therapeutic and help channel emotions constructively. 3. Practice gratitude. Reflecting on what you're grateful for shifts focus from what you lack to what you have, fostering a sense of abundance. 4. Seek professional support. Therapists and counselors can provide valuable tools and perspectives to address deep-seated fears of loneliness. 5. Foster a spiritual practice, whether through meditation, prayer, or reflection. Connecting with something greater than yourself can provide comfort and meaning. A journey toward wholeness. Overcoming the fear of loneliness is not about eliminating the emotion entirely, but transforming our relationship with it. It's about moving from fear to acceptance, from resistance to understanding. In this journey, we learn that we are never truly alone. We are connected to ourselves, to others, and to the universe in ways that are both visible and unseen. The fear of loneliness, like all fears, can be a teacher. It challenges us to look within, to find strength and connection in unexpected places, and to embrace the richness of solitude. By doing so, we not only overcome loneliness, but also discover a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment that transcends it. Lesson 4. Solitude as a space for growth. The misunderstood nature of solitude. Solitude is often misunderstood as loneliness. Loneliness is the pain of being alone, a yearning for connection and validation from the external world. Solitude, by contrast, is the joy of being alone, a deliberate retreat into oneself to nurture the soul. It is a state where distractions are silenced, allowing one to explore the depths of their thoughts, emotions, and aspirations. The stigma attached to solitude often stems from a culture that equates busyness with worth and social connectivity with happiness. Yet, history and spiritual traditions offer countless examples of individuals who embraced solitude to uncover profound truths. From Siddhartha Gautama's meditative retreat under the Bodhi tree to Henry David Thoreau's reflective sojourn at Walden Pond, solitude has been the crucible of growth, wisdom, and transformation. A Buddhist perspective, silence as wisdom. In Buddhist teachings, silence is often equated with wisdom. The Buddha's emphasis on noble silence, Ariyo Tuhi, underscores the importance of quietude in the journey toward enlightenment. Silence allows the practitioner to listen deeply to the sounds of nature, to the rhythms of the body, and to the truths of the mind. Through silence and solitude, one can practice vipassana meditation, which means insight or clear seeing. This technique involves observing the sensations and thoughts that arise, cultivating an awareness of their impermanent and interdependent nature. Over time, this practice leads to liberation from attachments and aversions, fostering a profound inner peace. Integrating solitude into daily life. Incorporating solitude into a busy life may seem daunting, but even brief moments of intentional solitude can yield significant benefits. Here are practical ways to integrate solitude. Morning quiet time. Begin the day with 5 to 10 minutes of stillness, setting the tone for mindfulness and presence. Solitary lunch breaks. Spend lunchtime away from screens or conversations, focusing on savoring your meal or reflecting on the day. Weekend retreats. Dedicate a few hours or a full day to activities that nurture your inner self, such as reading, meditating, or exploring nature. Evening reflection. End the day by reviewing your experiences and emotions in a quiet space. Lesson 5. The strength of independence. Self-reliance and inner strength. In Buddhist teachings, independence begins with self-reliance, a principle encapsulated in the phrase, "Be a lamp unto yourself." This teaches that the path to enlightenment is not dependent on external forces, but on one's effort, discipline, and insight. Self-reliance nurtures inner strength, enabling individuals to face life's challenges with composure. When one stops seeking solutions externally and instead turns inward, they access a reservoir of wisdom and courage that empowers them to navigate uncertainty. Emotional independence. Emotional independence is another vital aspect of the strength of independence. It is the ability to manage one's emotions without relying on others for validation or comfort. Buddhism emphasizes mindfulness and meditation as tools to cultivate emotional independence. Through these practices, individuals learn to observe their emotions without attachment, fostering an inner calm that remains unshaken by external circumstances. This emotional resilience forms the foundation for genuine freedom, as it releases individuals from the cycle of reactive behavior and suffering caused by unmet expectations. Detachment from materialism. Independence also involves freedom from attachment to material possessions and worldly desires. In Buddhist philosophy, clinging to material wealth or status is seen as a source of suffering. True independence is achieved when one recognizes the impermanence of all things and refrains from attaching their self-worth to transient possessions. This detachment leads to a profound sense of contentment and reduces the anxiety that often accompanies the pursuit of material success. Breaking free from dependency. Dependency, whether on people, habits, or ideologies, can hinder personal growth. Buddhism identifies attachment as one of the roots of suffering. The path to independence involves breaking free from these dependencies through self-awareness and deliberate effort. For example, practicing generosity helps loosen the grip of possessiveness, while cultivating mindfulness diminishes reliance on fleeting pleasures. Each step away from dependency is a step toward freedom and self-empowerment. Lesson 6. Embrace self-companionship. One of the most profound lessons in Buddhism is the understanding that you are enough. In a world that constantly encourages us to seek validation from others, whether through social approval, relationships, or material success, it's easy to forget that true contentment comes from within. Expanded thoughts. Self-companionship is about fostering a kind, nurturing relationship with yourself. It's the practice of becoming your own best friend and ally. When you spend time alone, you begin to uncover your inner dialogue. Are you critical of yourself? Or do you offer the same kindness you extend to loved ones? Learning to be gentle with yourself is the cornerstone of emotional resilience and happiness. Spend moments in self-companionship doing things you love, reading, exploring a new hobby, or simply reflecting on your day. These moments deepen your connection to yourself, helping you find peace and fulfillment that radiates outward. The better your relationship with yourself, the richer your experiences with others become. Lesson 7. Value the power of being an individual. In a world that often pressures us to conform, embracing your individuality is an act of courage and self-love. Buddhism teaches us to honor our uniqueness and celebrate the characteristics that make us who we are. Solitude provides the perfect space for this. Expanded thoughts. When you embrace your individuality, you step into your authentic power. Solitude is where you rediscover your passions, values, and aspirations, free from the noise of societal expectations. This authenticity not only benefits you but inspires others to embrace their true selves as well. By valuing your individuality, you cultivate a life filled with purpose, freedom, and joy. Conclusion. The beauty of solitude. The joy of being alone is one of life's greatest gifts. Solitude is not a void but a wellspring of growth, creativity, and peace. It is where we meet ourselves fully, without distractions, and where we cultivate the strength to face the world with grace and confidence. By embracing the lessons of solitude, choosing meaningful company, discovering yourself, overcoming fear, growing independently, fostering self-companionship, and honoring your individuality, you unlock the keys to a life of fulfillment. Solitude is not something to fear but a treasure to cherish, a space where you reconnect with your truest self. So, how will you embrace solitude today? Take a moment to reflect, and let the stillness guide you toward the peace and joy that lie within.